Hey guys, it's Jenny. Today I wanted to talk about something that maybe a lot of you guys can relate to, and as a general topic, that is making friends abroad. And just something that I've been thinking a lot lately. I've been catching up with some of my friends, and there's a lot of drawbacks and a lot of advantages about making friends abroad when you're traveling and when you're living abroad. So I just want to kind of talk about that a little bit and get you guys' opinions on that. So if if you want to leave your opinions about anything I'm going to talk about in the comments below or your experiences making friends abroad, please feel free. I would love to hear about your friends and your experiences with your friends. So first of all, I want to just say that I've lived abroad 3 times, and I now have friends who live all over the world, and it's so awesome, and it is so heartbreaking at the same time because you make a close bond with some of these people. And when I lived in France the first time, I was studying abroad as a study abroad student, and I was studying in a special program for foreigners at the university there in Rennes. And so I got to meet a lot of I did meet some French friends as well, but I made a lot of friends who were not French and were from other countries all over the world. And that's not always going to be the case. You know, when you're living abroad, a lot of times you'll make friends with only with natives, but it was kind of a cool situation. So um, that was really, really awesome because I got to know people from different countries. I had friends from Sweden, from China, Taiwan, um, friends from Azerbaijan, from all different countries in Europe, in Asia, in Africa, all different places, South America. So um, I just I really appreciate getting to know different cultures, and it was really fun getting to ask people firsthand. You know, a lot of times you hear things about different countries, and you don't know anyone from that country, so you don't get to find out for yourself. Um, for example, I had a friend who was from China, and I was able to talk to him about the laws that restrict families to having only one child, and find out some of the more details about that, which is super interesting, and find out what the Chinese people think of it. And that is really awesome to be able to get the truth, because a lot of times what we hear in the media is not, it's filtered, or it's manipulated and presented to us in a way to show what the media wants us to see. So being able to know these people from all different places really gives you a lot of genuine insight into that culture. And obviously, oops, my mom's calling me, just a second. Anyway, I was going to say, obviously, one person doesn't represent the opinion of that entire country. So, you're going to have, you want to keep that in mind. Like, don't take what one person says to represent every person from your country. But I just really appreciated the chance to get to know people from all different places, and to ask them some honest questions. And another thing is that when you're living abroad and you're in a strange place and you don't know anybody, people, you want to make friends, and you want to make friends fast. And these other international students were in the same situation as me. And you actually, a lot of times, maybe like if I live, like now I'm considering moving to another state in the US. And if I move there, it might be hard for me to make friends. But in my situation when I moved to France the first time, I was in a school with a bunch of people who had just moved there, and none of them had friends, and we all wanted friends. So you become really fast friends with these people, and you're friends with them during a really important, meaningful time in their life. For most people, it's a super exciting time to be living abroad, and you become part of some of their greatest memories because you're doing new things together, and you become really good friends, not only fast friends, but good friends. And I have met people abroad that turned out to be flakes that weren't my friend after we went home. When I studied in Spain, I had kind of a different situation there because all the students I studied with were American. I was a lot shyer than I am now. They were all really cliquey, and towards the end, I became really close friends with one girl. and I was excited. I wanted to keep in touch with her. Ferris wants to go outside now. Okay, so many interruptions. So I was really good friends with this girl, and then after we went home, she was from the U.S. but a different state. I don't remember which state she was from, but after we went home, she deleted me off of Facebook, and she just like disappeared. I, I can't even contact her at all now. So that's kind of sad. That's disappointing. That will happen. And that's kind of heartbreaking because I did have a lot of good memories and experiences with her, but that happens. But overall, the majority of friends that I've made while living abroad have stayed friends. Another thing is like the kind of people that travel, that live abroad, they're probably more outgoing, more adventurous in general. They obviously already have something in common with you. If I'm living abroad and they're living abroad, we all like to travel. We all want to experience new cultures, and we're all more open kind of people. So I get to make some friends that we really have a lot in common, even though we are so different and from all different countries. So um, and then one of the disadvantages is when you go home, you really miss these people, and it's hard to keep in touch sometimes too. I have friends that live in all different countries, and you have different time zone factors. One of my friends who lives in Sweden, we haven't Skyped in a while, but we used to Skype a lot, and we would have a horrible time figuring out the time zones. Like one time we like set up a time, and we both thought it was like a different day or something, like, so we like missed each other. That's hard, and also a lot of people tend to be um, a lot of my friends that I met abroad tend to be active, busy people. They're out doing stuff and living life. They're not sitting at home waiting for you to get on Facebook. So um, it can be hard to keep in contact. But one of the things I've learned is that most of my friends that I met abroad are true friends. And you have a true friend when you can talk to them and after you haven't spoken for months or years, and you still feel like you're good friends and you still want to share your life and connect with that person. So that's kind of how I felt today. I was catching up with one of my friends from when I lived in France, and it makes you miss them more sometimes when you are in contact, because you remember them more. You remember how much fun you used to have together. Um, but it makes you appreciate the friendship, and it feels great to catch up and find out what they're up to. So that's just a little bit of my experience with making friends abroad. Another really cool thing is if you love to travel, you have a tour guide all over the place. I went to visit my friend Elsa, who lives in Sweden, and she was such a wonderful host. She even let me stay with her in her apartment, and she went with me to Stockholm, and we had a great time. And she showed me around her city, and it was really fun to hang out with her again, because I really missed her, and to see her country, and for her to teach me about her country and where she comes from. It's really cool. There's nothing better than having a local to show you a new place, because they know everything about it. They can tell you everything about it, and it's just really fun. So I would advise, if you're going to be moving abroad, traveling, make friends. Don't be shy, especially if you see other people who are foreigners. And make friends with locals too, because that's always awesome, and they can tell you some stuff about the place that you're living or visiting that you might never have known otherwise. And just make friends with all kinds of people, because you never know who's going to be a lifelong friend. And I've made so many friends. I have friends from high school and friends that live here who I really love. Um, and but I think I have more friends who I've met abroad than I've made like my whole life growing up. And more quality friends. And I mean, not that my friends here are not quality friends. I have several really good friends, but I've had a lot of friends when I was growing up that are not my friends anymore. So, but a lot of these friends that I've made while living abroad, I know will be my friends for the rest of my life. So, um, I just wanted to share some of my thoughts on that and see what you guys think. So, if you have any experiences you want to talk about or any questions, please let me know in the comments, and I'll look forward to reading them. Thanks for watching. Bye.